Recording Your Family's History with Miss Stephanie. I'm Stephanie Green, the manager of the Harris County Public Library located in Hamilton, Georgia. This year, our summer reading theme is Imagine Your Story. So I wanted to share with you an easy way that you can record your family's history as a part of sharing your story. So let's get started. Today's talking points will include the Mildred L. Terry Public Library located in Columbus, Georgia, and how they worked with NPR as a part of their StoryCorps initiative. I'll show you some recording tools. I will show you how to use Audacity, and I'll have some tips, a question guide, and some contact information for you at the end. Before I started working for the Harris County Library, I worked with the Chattahoochee Valley Libraries and was invited to work with the Mildred Terry Library in their StoryCorps initiative with NPR. They were awarded a grant that gave them money to spend on recording tools and other gadgets to help record the stories of their patrons in their community. It was such an awesome experience, and I got to learn a lot of things about the community surrounding the Mildred L. Terry Library, which is located in downtown Columbus. There's a lot of rich history there, and the customers shared a lot of moving stories, and some of them were moved to tears when they were telling their stories. So this is a very good way to document history, especially your family's history. So let's move on to the recording tools that you'll be using. Most of all of us have a cell phone. That is the first thing you could probably reach out for to do some recording with, and it's probably the easiest to share when you're done recording it. Next, you might want to purchase a handheld recorder, depending on how much recording you're going to be doing. If you're going to take it with you while you're traveling, by no means would you need to purchase anything. Again, if you have a cell phone, you do have a recording device right in your pocket. And lastly, there are digital audio workstations, and Audacity is an example of one. But there are many others that you can use on your computer to record not only family history, you can record music, you can record a story for a grandchild that lives far away. There are many ways to use these recording tools. So first up is the cell phone. And if you have an iPhone, what's like pictured here, your voice recording software icon looks like a sound wave. And you want to find out on your phone, open it up, and it's a simple thing to use. You just click the red button to record, and then you click the button to stop recording. And very simple. It asks you to put in the title when you're done, and it saves to your phone. And then you're able to text message or email it to whoever uploaded if you want to. Many options from there. If you have an Android, your recording software or app will look like the icon here. And again, you would just open that up and start recording. Next, I wanted to show you the Tascam DR05. And it's as you say, it's a professional recording device. It's portable, and you can take it with you. The price point is about $80, depending on where you're purchasing it from. And if you start enjoying recording and you want to record more and have a better quality of a recording, you can certainly purchase one of these, or you can go grab one of these pictured here from Walmart or Walgreens. And again, the ones pictured on the right, they're $50 and below, and they work just as well as your cell phone. And it's not going to be the same quality as the Tascam or anything that's in the price point as the Tascam. But again, it's something that's cheap and affordable, and you can keep it in your pocket if you need to. So we've covered StoryCorps. And I want to mention about StoryCorps. These are stored by the Library of Congress, so at any time you can go find stories from across America and listen to them. And you can look up the stories from the Mildred Terry Library that were shared. I showed you the recording tools. And next, I'm going to show you how to use Audacity. So I'm going to come out of our slideshow really quick and pull that up for you. This is the Audacity interface. It should look the same between a PC and a Mac. I'm using a PC right now. I can tell you this interface hasn't changed much in the past years. I've been using it for about 8 years now. and the interface itself has not changed. It's very simple to use. I'm going to show you some very simple things, and I want you to, be confident. You're not going to break anything. You're not going to make any mistakes. And if you do, you can go back and fix them. It's a computer. They allow for things to go back and be erased. So just be confident with your skills. If you don't already have Audacity installed, you can download it by going to Google and type in an Audacity. And if you need some assistance, you can always call the library and ask to speak with any one of us, or if you have any tech savvy friends and family to come over that can help you. Of course, social distancing, keep that in mind. But it's very easy to get started with Audacity. The first thing I want you to check once you open it up is to make sure you have the correct microphone. And here's the microphone symbol. I want to make sure make sure that you guys have the right microphone set up. I'm sorry, I'm skipping over my words this morning. Um, because I'm using the laptop that we also use to run our virtual reality software, it gives me the option of that microphone in the headset. But I've chosen to use the microphone that's built into the computer. Next, I want you to make sure it's on stereo so it comes out of both speakers and not just one speaker. And then you want to make sure your speakers are, in fact, the speakers installed on your computer and not a headphone or of any other sort. So once you have checked for microphones and speakers, you can click this record button. And it's going to insert an audio track right before your eyes. It's going to record your voices. And as you can see, it's recording my voice right now and it's creating the sound waves. I'm just going to let it track for a little longer until we get the bar full, which we have. So I stopped the recording by hitting the space bar. You can certainly come over here and click the stop button here. And then we're going to back up to the beginning of the track. And if you wanted to get rid of this dead space here, you can highlight it from here. Right click. Oh, I guess they took that functionality away. All right, well, we highlighted it. We just want to hit delete, and it's going to cut that dead spot out for us. And you can certainly go through and do that throughout your recording if you want to get rid of any dead spots. But of course, the pause is needed sometimes, just like in music. The rest is needed as part of the rest of the song. So if it's a long pause, for sure delete it. But if it's just a short one, you don't have to delete it. And just in case you have managed to set up 2 microphones and you want to name your different vocal tracks, because you might have 2 people speaking into 2 different microphones, and then that would cause another track to enter here if you were using 2 microphones. You could name them so you know who was speaking. So that's really the basics of Audacity. We're not going to go into editing. We're not going to go into do special effects and things of that nature. I just wanted to show you how easy it was to record with your computer. So I'm just going to take this track out here. And again, when you want to start recording, you can hit the record button. You can also hit Shift R as it's giving you that shortcut there. I need to put something else here so we can save it, of course. So very quickly, I'm letting that roll. And when you get ready to save, you want to go to File and Save Project. You always want to choose Save Project As. That way it will let you name it. And that box was just telling me that I'm not going to be able to play this elsewhere because it's going to save as an Audacity file. If you wanted to get ready to, if you were done with your project and you were done working on it, you would export it. And I recommend exporting as an MP3. It's just a smaller file. When you go to burn it to a CD, it fits on the CD and you can put multiple files on there. So that's something technical for later. But if you were done with your project, of course, save it. And then you get ready to export it as an MP3. And that's just going to save it in a file that's recognized, say, by like iTunes or Windows Media Player. And we'll be able to play in your car. If you want to share the CD with a friend, they can play it in their car and listen to it. It's just a good way to save the local or oral history or knowledge. If you wanted to record a newspaper article for someone to listen to later, you can certainly do it in Audacity. You can do it with your phone. You can do it with your handheld recorder. So there's many ways to record your story. So I'm going to close out of Audacity, and no, I'm not saving this one. It's just me speaking here. Going to get back into our slideshow and where we left off there. So military recording tools, and we should have a check mark coming up for using Audacity. There we go. All right, so take a break, process what I just told you there. Again, I want you to be very comfortable with the software, be very comfortable and confident with yourself. This is nothing to be afraid of, very easy to do. So let's get to the question guide. You can definitely ask, what is your favorite memory from your childhood? What did you want to be when you grew up? And is that what happened? Did you become what you wanted to be when you grew up? Where were you when? You can pick any event in history if you're speaking to one of your seniors, or if you're speaking to the younger generation, they may not know anything about what you're asking them. But where were you when, the Berlin Wall fell, when the Challenger exploded, things of that nature? And have you changed your opinion on blank over the years? So, um, just in case you wanted to know how they felt in previous times about an issue, you could see how they feel now, and if they feel the same. There's my picture. It wasn't supposed to be blank for a reason. um, but just a question, guy. Feel free to ask whatever you want to ask, and just make sure they're comfortable with answering it on a recording. There may be some family history that you don't want to share, that you don't want to get out, and you certainly don't want to implicate yourself in the crime. So just practice some caution there, depending on the questions you want to ask and what information you would like to know. So some tips for recording your family history. Speak with a moderate volume. No need to yell or whisper. Some people like to get into a microphone and yell and scream into the microphone. You don't have to do that. The microphone is amplifying your voice for you. And try not to whisper. It's very hard to pick up a good recording if you're whispering. Relax. You're having a regular conversation with a loved one. No need to talk fast, no need to rush. You're just having a conversation, and there happens to be a microphone in the room. I know personally for me, when I start recording, or if anyone's recording me, I get a tad bit nervous, but I have to remember to relax. There are no mistakes. You cannot make any mistakes. I mean, technically, you know what I mean. You can always go back and fix it. So if you do make a mistake, just go back and fix it. It's nothing to get flustered about or overwhelmed about. Just do your best. Grab the tissues just in case it's an emotional story. Um, as I said before, when we did the StoryCorps initiative, very moving stories, and people cried, and we had tissues handy. So just make sure you have some tissues and have fun. You're probably going to learn something new about your family. And you're going to have fun doing it once you get comfortable with recording, and get everyone else comfortable in the session with recording. You'll have a fun time, and it is addicting. I can tell you, once you start recording and you get good at it, you're going to want to do effects. You're going to want to um, put little sound effects in. You want to do your voice and cut things out. So recording's fun, no matter if it's making a video or recording music or recording your story. So here we are. We've made it to the end. And here's my contact information.